So this is week 1 of the e-collar lesson, and I would not have you doing this particular lesson if you hadn't been all the way through the novice 1 through 10. Otherwise it's not fair to the dog, because the e-collar, what they're doing is the dog is learning to deal with pressure, and the pressure is the same things that they've learned in the past. In terms of the pressure means I probably need to be doing something else, or I need to move from discomfort or uncomfortable to comfort by being in the right position and doing the right thing. So in the context of a dog just learning, if you start e-collar and you have no context of what's a good foundation in terms of this is what I've already taught you to do, then the dog doesn't have anything to build on. So then the pressure just comes with no correlation of what does that mean. So the dog just, it's almost like it becomes an applied punisher instead of a correction to make correct what was wrong to make right. It becomes a punisher, and the dog simply is punished for doing something that it doesn't understand what's the right thing to do to stop the punishment. So that's why we use the e-collar only as a layer on top of the regular novice training. So to start off with, I know that you have the e-collar with you, and one of the things I want to do is I'm going to actually have you put that on your hand, and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to have you turn it up, because I don't think it's fair to put that on the dog until you have an understanding of that pressure cranked up too high inappropriately, what that can mean to the dog. So we do this once or twice with people. Here's what I will tell you: if I see you using the e-collar incorrectly or too harsh or too high, which is what you see a lot of people doing with it when they use it as an applied punisher, I reserve the right to put it on your neck and or on your leg, and to work you as you're working your dog, and to do it the same level of correction. Is that fair?
Sounds fair.
Okay, all right. That way you'll always think twice about cranking the thing up and just zapping the dog, because that's not fair. It's completely unfair. So let's go ahead and have you take out the e-collar. And your brand is
Dogtra.
Dogtra. Okay, and she's turning it on right here, and it is already charged.
I did have some issues with the batteries early on, so I did switch them out. I'm hoping it holds the charge. Okay, good. We'll find out, and we're going to go ahead and you're going to put this on your hand without the sleeve. And so I have the option for Nick and Constant. We're going to do Constant. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to start it on 0. We're going to start it on 0, and then you can look at the camera when we're doing this, and so we can see your face. Now, either you can do it to yourself or I can do it to you. Which do you prefer? I can do it. Okay. So that's 0, and that's I don't 0. There's nothing. Okay. So up a little bit. Still nothing. Okay. Up a little bit. Nothing. Tiny, tiny bit. Tiny bit. Okay. So tiny tap, tap, tap. What level was that? It's like right before 20. Okay. So cranking it up to 20. That's a pretty significant jump. Okay. Now remember that you have no fur on your palm of your hand. So I'm probably going to feel this. You're probably going to feel it more than the dog will feel it, because they've got the 2 layers of coats or whatever. So maybe starting at a 20 just to see. I would probably start where, because before that, I don't think there's not going to be any correlation. And she does need to understand pressure, and then she's going to learn very quickly that the pressure, she has the power to turn the pressure off by doing the right thing. Okay. So let's keep going. Where are you at? I'm going to bump it up to 1 past the 20. Okay. Because I'm a little afraid. Okay. Yeah, that was quite a bit stronger. Okay. And one more. Yep. Oh, she felt that. Did you see that? She felt that. This one might be kind of strong. What number? It's 2 past 20. Okay. Yep. Whoa, got that one. Okay, one more. Just for fun. Okay, just for fun. Yep. Okay, we got that. All right. So that's the exercise that I always have new students do, because I want them to be understanding how it feels to them, and then what they're doing to the dog. The other thing is how you put this on the dog. If you put it on any place but except where it can connect down here underneath the throat, it doesn't have the ability to connect with this particular part of the jawline and the neck. If it's up here, it's not going to have as much as an impact if it's here. Right. If it's too loose, the problem with it being too loose is then it doesn't have any connection. Right. So you think it's not working, so then you jack it up and all of a sudden it connects, and all of a sudden the dog's screaming, and we're like, no, 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 don't go there. Yeah. So consistently when we do put it on, we want to put it on where it's kind of high and snug like this, up here,
And it's on this side or this side, just so that you're aware, and it's consistent. And when you put the collar on, there's the blinking light that indicates that it's on. Okay, where's your blinking light that indicates that it's on? You should have a... Okay. Yes, that goes up to the sky. Okay, yes, that goes to the sky, not to the ground. So when you do that, you put that on, and then you want to put it on to where it's snug. So let's go ahead and have you put it on as though it's put it on with your dog right now. I like to put a whole new command in here, and it's called suit up. That's just what I use. You can use whatever you want. I also use this as an opportunity to work on my dog's fronts. So dog come, and I usually put them on a place table or one of my stools, and then I say suit up, and then literally I just put it on them, and the dogs know, okay, we're going to work. So it's very important that you have some protocol that you're going to design at your own protocol, but something that cues her, the e-collar is going on, and we're going to go work. The other thing that I want you to do is from here forward for quite a while, you put it on every morning, you take it off every night. Okay. Even if you don't turn it on, which we don't tell her that. But if the time that you need an e-collar is the time you forgot to put it on, so you make assumptions. So don't make assumptions. We're going to do e-collar training, so we're just going to put it as a layer on top of the other obedience stuff. And so for a long time, it's going to go on in the morning and go off at night. It has to be taken off about every 12 hours. You can't leave it on, day after day. You can't even leave it on 24 hours. You can get hot spots, and that's not fair to the dog. That's very uncomfortable. If they ever do get a hot spot, you put hydrogen peroxide that kind of cleans the wound, and then you let it air out. But we don't want to go there. You don't go there. There's no reason to do that. So you take it on, put it on, you take it off at night, and then she just gets used to wearing it, and she learns to ignore it just like the tab. And that's what we're going to do. All right, so I'm going to turn this off, and then you're going to go ahead and put it on, and then we're probably going to move outside, and I'll talk a little bit, and then we'll go outside and work.
One question.
Sure.
What about when she's crated? When nobody's home and she's like in her space, would she still continue to wear this? I would just be concerned about potentially getting caught on something. But
if it's tight enough, it should never get caught on anything.
Same with the chain collar.
The chain collar, well, the chain collar is probably more of an issue than that is. If it's got any kind of give at all, that is not. It's so snug. The dog can't get to it. There's nothing for them. So I just leave it on.
Okay.
So not worry about that. Good question, though. Good question. Okay, stop.